traveling exhibit that examines the secrets of ancient Egypt. The star attraction, a mummy. Producer Shauna Fisher takes us on a tour.
An entire civilization is on display, waiting to be discovered.
Lost Egypt, Ancient Secrets, Modern Science is all about the life of ancient Egyptians, what the commoner's life was like, how they lived every day, their relationships, and it's also about the modern technology and science that goes behind studying that and finding out their stories.
The interactive exhibit offers a comprehensive look at a country rich in history.
There's a lot of hands-on exhibits in this Lost Egypt exhibition, including we have mirrors that you can walk into an actual recreation of a tomb with tomb art, and you can use the mirror to reflect the light like early archaeologists would have done to see inside. There's also a dig pit, there's a replica of the Rosetta Stone, and you can even try to put together some pottery.
But the highlight of the exhibit is a 2,000-year-old mummy named Annie, short for Anonymous.
A mummy is a preserved body, and that can happen naturally through environmental processes, and it can also be intentional. So in the case of the ancient Egyptians, they intentionally mummified these bodies because the afterlife was so important to them that they wanted to preserve the body for the soul to move on to the afterlife.
Not much is known about Annie, but using modern science techniques, archaeologists were able to piece together some clues. They know Annie drowned in the Nile, a sacred river, which is why priests took great care in mummifying her.
And it was their job to preserve the body. And they would begin by washing it with water from the Nile. So that was their sacred river, and they would purify it with the water from the Nile. And then the next step would be to remove the organs, because you wanted to stop the body from decomposing. The heart was left in, because that was, to the Egyptians, the center of knowledge and emotion. So it was very important to them, and they needed that in the afterlife. And then it was washed again, and oils put on it so it smelled nice. And then they would wrap it up in the linens, sometimes 15 to 20 layers of linens. And inside those linens, they would stuff amulets, which were religious symbols that would protect them in their journey to the afterlife. So it lasted about 70 days, this process.
Equal care was given to Annie's sarcophagus, or the coffin-like structure she was buried in.
And what that is that the ancient Egyptians were very religious, and everything on her that's been painted, the colors, the symbols, all have a significant meaning about taking her safely into the afterlife.
The exhibit also showcases artifacts, including vessels and amulets, and there are lots of activities for children, all geared towards unlocking mysteries of this ancient land.
I think people can take away from Lost Egypt the fact that even though these people existed thousands of years ago, they're a lot like us, and they had political troubles and emotional troubles, and that things don't really change just with technology. You're still humans, and there's a lot that we can learn from the past that may be able to help us in the future.
Lost Egypt, Ancient Secrets, Modern Science runs until September 1st at the Arizona Science Center.